Butter.
That's that intro noise. That's that intro noise, 'cause it's Wednesday. So you gotta make weird camel noises, and then anybody watching the show later comes in and they're like, oh my god, the beginning of the show is so annoying, and I'm gonna click away and never watch this channel again. Does that rhyme?
Probably in some other language.
Oh man, we made it by the skin of our teeth. It's Wednesday, and as you can see, Alyssa Bentley is here, and I put her name very gigantically down below in the whatchamacallit. I don't know. What's the thing? What's that down there? The down below part. Yeah, in the down below part. So we are here today. If you guys don't know, Alyssa Bentley is not only one of the moderators on this channel, so if you see her in the chat, she's got a blue name with the little wrench next to it. Just
To
like
me, it
Joel.
displays as a green name with a blue wrench.
Now it displays as a green name with a blue wrench.
Yeah, but it's because joined the.
You joined the member group?
Yeah.
It doesn't show up on my end if moderators are. No, I think it. I don't know if it does. Hold on, let me see. Let me scroll through the chat here and let me see. Yeah, so like, who's Nope, it does. Your name's not green, but you have your little emoji down there.
Mm-hmm.
You got your Solid Snake. Yeah. If you guys don't know who Solid Snake is, then if you don't know who Snake Plissken is, then maybe you need to read a book.
Apparently.
Of
Candy and I
video
were
games.
discussing, trying to figure out what it was for a while. Like, oh, is it like a chef? Is it some sort of blindfolded ninja guy?
He's a karate shoot 'em guy.
Ooh,
Yeah.
karate shoot 'em.
So if you hold on, let me look him up. I can't remember exactly what I can't remember the full name of it. Solid Snake video game. What was he? Yeah, there he is. I'm trying to remember the name of the video game. What game was he in?
Wasn't it like
Somebody in the chat probably already is on it. No, I want Solid Snake video game. Where is it? Real name? Ooh, let's look up his real name.
oh my gosh.
Giacomo Talamini. Oh. Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, he's the main character from Metal Gear, right? And Metal Gear is a game where you like run around and, right the world's evils with a gun.
Was
basically.
that a PC game or a console game?
It was Nintendo.
Okay.
And then I think there was a Super Nintendo, but the PlayStation game was the best one. So like, to give you an idea, there was like a main boss that you got in a fight with, he was psychic, right? He had like psychic powers. You're like, oh my god, this is totally crazy because I'm like a insurgent CIA FBI type
Ninja dude.
karate ninja man green beret dude, right? But then there's like, oh no, this bad guy has psychic powers because of he was being experimented on by the government, right?
Oh. Okay.
And
Professor Xavier.
So whenever you attacked him, like nothing would work, and you basically just get beat up until you died. But the way that you would beat him is you had to take the controller out of player 1 plug hole and plug it into player 2, and then your attacks would work again because he couldn't psychically figure out where you're coming from because you were like getting him from player 2, right?
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll have to keep it in mind if I ever get a
fun games.
Super Nintendo.
But there's
again.
like a million of them, right? So like Metal Gear Solid 4 came out in 2009, I think. Yeah, so it's like it's pretty old school.
I gotta admit that if I ever got a Super Nintendo again, I would just try to find an old copy of Star Fox and play that all the time again.
Solid Snake, real name David, known as Old Snake, and briefly what? Yeah, Iroquois Pliskin. So the Solid Snake character was like characterized after Snake Plissken, which was the who's like Snake Plissken was from Escape from New York, I think. Plissken. right? Wasn't that his name? Snake Plissken. Yeah, Snake Plissken was SD Bob Snake Plissken as an anti-hero and main protagonist of the films Escape from New York and Escape from L.A., which was played by the character actor Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell?
Yeah, Kurt Russell's the guy who plays Snake Plissken. Escape from L.A. is terrible. But Escape from New York is super awesome. So if you've ever seen like any of those old 80s movies where like, you know, there's like this post-apocalyptic world or whatever, right? There's like crazy stuff going on. And then, but you realize like the movie was made in like 1981, right? So they're like, in the year 2000, the streets will be overrun with zombie gangs and people getting stabbed in the streets and it'll be all dark and stuff. And you're like, but I'm watching this in the year 2000 and it's like the sun's out and no, it never happened, right? Because they were just like, that's so far from now. You know, like,
who knows?
It could be totally
flying
crazy
cars.
In 20 years. Flying cars and gangs in the streets. You know, so it's pretty funny, though. It's pretty funny.
I do like post-apocalyptic type shows.
But yeah, so Snake Plissken's character, like, wears an eye patch, you know, and he's like, I was in the army, you know, and runs around and shoots people and stuff. And it's ridiculous. And then, so then the Solid Snake character was based off of that movie character that they made a video game out of. And then there was like a whole bunch of those video games. Metal Gear. There's like...
Ooh, here's a tied-in related question that just popped up. Rexina13 says, post-apocalyptic fish, question mark? I would say endlers. Those things will survive pretty much anything.
Endlers would go for it?
Oh, yeah. Endlers would just, you know.
I got some bad news for you guys on the guppy endler front.
Oh, no. What happened?
My relatively peaceful pufferfish had been introduced to the tank with the one guppy and two guppy, the male and female, of which have disappeared now. So,
well,
my pufferfish that apparently has issues with being able to, I don't know, what's the word, like hunt shrimp and stuff, apparently is wildly adept at hunting other ditherfish. So, yeah, they unfortunately got eaten by the Congo puffer.
Well, I mean, it's not like I don't have a 75-gallon tank full of the dang thing.
Just a oopsie daisy. I did not expect that at all. I did not have that expectation. I was like, not a big deal. I mean, he was in the tank with the rummy nose and all that, and they didn't get eaten. They're much faster, though, so I guess that.
Endlers are dumb, but they're prolific, and it doesn't seem like things that kill other fish, aside from other fish, will kill them. Like, I've got a pair of betta maha chai and wild betas of some sort that can live together and not murder each other. And they are effectively keeping the population of one of my tanks to a good manageable level. It's no longer hordes of endlers in there.
I'm playing around with the overlay right now. Oh, red doesn't look good. Let's go yellow. Okay. I'm giving myself a celebration here because I got to get to this super chat before it falls off to my chat.
Oh.
Rumbust with Swedish krones, 1,800 pennies for yours truly.
Oh, yeah.
I hit the 1,800 days sober today. Whoops, I'm moving the wrong thing. Hold on. I got to move this. How do I make this bigger and smaller? Watch it say, whoa, yeah, celebration. Okay, I'll turn that off now. That's ridiculous. But thanks, Rumbust, for following along and kicking in the old super chat action there. I appreciate it. I feel like it's a milestone. I feel like I'm 200 days away from a really cool milestone where I just spaz out and be like, oh, my God, 2,000.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's less than a year.
It's coming up. It's going to be pretty cool. Anyhow, sorry to interrupt there.
That's okay. I mean,
but
was just talking about how endlers don't die.
Yeah,
unless they get eaten.
Endlers are awesome fish. Apparently they can get eaten. That's very true, though. They're not very evasive. Like, you know what I mean?
Also, they can get stuck in a net that I'm pulling duckweed out of my tank with, and then I not notice, and then they just sit there and dry out until the next time I use the net, and then they're dead.
Oops. I've oopsed that before. I've done that oops. That's not good.
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling. You know, you're like, oh no. But it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the what was I gonna get to? Oh yeah, the endlers are the easiest fish to net. Guppies and endlers are the easiest netted fish.
You stick the net in, and they're like, "Oh, what's this? Should I live in here?"
Yeah, I should definitely go in here. What is that?
Like, that's awesome.
Like, this is totally a spot that I could go hang out right now. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, it's like even when you're like trying to net them, you're like, why are you in the net all of a sudden?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. But today, our slight topic here today is the AGA, the Aquatic Gardeners Association convention is coming up. I can't remember the dates off the top of my head, but it's not this weekend. It's not the following weekend. It's the one after that, right?
First weekend of May.
First weekend of May, whenever that is. May. Hold on.
This weekend is.
You guys are forcing me to get my calendar
the
out.
20th. Next weekend is the 28th.
The 3rd. The
and
4th.
Then the third weekend. So we've got this weekend, next weekend, and next weekend.
The 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. No, we have this weekend and the following weekend. It's the one after, but it's basically 2 weeks from now, because it starts on that Thursday. Like, the 2.
Yeah. Basically.
2 weeks from tomorrow. There we go. Yeah, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah, and I didn't know if you're going to be able to make it back on the show before that happens. So we might as well talk about it now.
All right.
Because you never know. Maybe some people cancel on you and we'll get to have you as a guest again. Or something. But it seems like a good day to talk about the AGA today. And we got a $10 super chat from the Fish Tank Barn that says Tecmo Bowl for the win. And I would say Tecmo Bowl, okay, I get it. But Tecmo Bowl was so unfair because anybody who got Bo Jackson would just defeat the other team because he literally was faster than everybody else in the game. So you just give him the ball and then you could just run around faster than everybody else. It's kind of lame. Thomas Glazer, $2 super chat, says highest temperature for a happy endler. What do you got? Highest temperature.
Highest temperature for a happy endler? I've got some at 82 right now, and they're doing just fine. They, honestly, like I've got some down to 64 in another tank. I've not tried 86 except for when I was treating for ick at one point, and they were still just fine. Like nothing bothered them at all. So honestly, give it a try. If you want to go up to 90, I guess give it a try.
Well, I pretty much cap out at anything at 86. That's my top. Like, whew, I better figure out what's going on here. Mainly because mainly just because I feel like any tank that's going over 86 normally means that there's some kind of problem going on.
Right.
That's like, oh, there's like a heat wave, or did my dehumidifier crap out? Like, what's going on? Like, where's this extra heat coming from? Because I don't run my tanks that hot, right. Typically. So if I had something that was a tank that was that hot, I'd be like looking around, going like, what's going on here?
Right.
Endlers, I keep mine at like 76 typically, 76, 78. So
right now, all but one tank in my house, the heaters are set to 72. So I wanted to see if I could just bring them all down a little bit, not spend a whole lot of money on electricity keeping them super hot. Because I don't keep my house super hot. I didn't turn the heat on at all this winter. So.
Well, you live in an apartment, so whoever's living downstairs had.
Oh yeah, I totally stole the people downstairs' heat.
Which is good. It's a good way to operate.
Yeah. Or also the dehumidifier produced a lot of heat. It kind of counts as a heater. I don't.
Yeah, my fish room, I don't even have a heater in there, really. I mean, I have heaters in the tanks just in case something happens, but that room's pretty much exclusively heated by the dehumidifier running, so.
Right.
The size of that room and the dehumidifier I have generally overpowers that room. Like, it'll get too warm in there. Like, it's for a bigger room.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, the heaters don't really do much in my fish room at all. And I just think the reason for that is it's just a little bit easier for me to keep just about everything. And, if I was keeping something like discus that required a higher heat, I mean, I guess I could, but I'd sort of just like, nah, maybe that's not for my fish room,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one tank that I have where it's set about 82 is specifically because I have a pistos in it. Pistos cacatoides or something. And somebody told me that they had to be
a little warmer.
A little bit warmer. And so, they got the top on and everything so they don't hop out because that happens.
I've got a little cold for my for my pistos. It's like 78 in there, which obviously it's not optimistic for them, but you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
I can't run that whole 240 at like super hot.
It is really pleasant working in the tank though. It's like sticking your arm in bath water.
It does help. Vicky Tori is in the chat.
Oh, nice.
I see my lovely lady in the chat there. She said she was going to be home early today, so hopefully she's home soon.
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Anyhow, let's stay on topic. Aquatic Gardeners Association. What are you excited for? What do you got going on?
Well, so I am signed up for the aquascaping demo because...
how many people are doing the aquascaping demo? Do we know? 10? 20? 5?
As many as can. Bentley, who is in the chat somewhere or was, knows a lot more about all the specifics.
I was just saying.
But I don't know how many. I don't know. I just signed up.
An answer.
Like as soon as I saw registration was opening, I was just like,
if it was you and one other person, I'd be like, well, that's weird. That's awkward. If it was 100, that'd be awkward also.
Yeah, I don't know what size room it is or anything.
I feel like I don't know enough.
I know that there's 220 people signed up to go and be in the convention. And there's like 20 people on a waiting list. And there's a whole bunch of disappointed people.
There are a lot of disappointed people. I've gotten emails and stuff from disappointed people, and I'm like, I did not realize that it's that short of a list, but I think it's all the event parts are limited numbers. So like,
but then there's the vendor room and the auction.
Yeah, there's gonna be a vendor room and an auction, which is gonna be big. So I think the auction is on Sunday, and I think that's a big open room. That's like a big giant open space, and the vendor area is a big giant open space that like anybody can go to that. But the events are limited to a certain amount of people that can.
And that's like the talks, demos.
Right, because there's a certain amount of seats in the room for the talks and for, as Bentley said, for the Wabikusa thing. It's like there's only a certain amount of table space that people could actually be doing that activity, right? So I have had some people contact me that were like, I don't know, is it still worth it to come? And as far as I know, it would be worth it to come if you wanted to come to the vendor portion, which like I'm going to be spending a lion's share of my time in the vendor area.
Right.
Talking with people, saying hi to folks. I'm going to be there. I'll be there with the Aquarium Co-op. So I'll be there like with those guys and that team and the whatever time I need to be there. That basically Corey says, hey, I need you here 8 to 8 or something or whatever. I don't know. I'll be like, all right, man, I'll be there. So I'll be there for all that. That's the main part that I'll be hanging out at. I won't be doing any of the like aquascaping or any of the events or anything like that, just because I feel like I'd be taking somebody's spot that it would be like a way bigger deal for. That like somebody's like, yeah, I really want to meet who's one of the people that's doing the talks.
I don't know. Corey's doing one.
Corey's doing a talk. Like a lot of people want to meet Corey. Like I've scaped tanks with Corey. I do stuff with Corey all the time. Like we went out for our birthday on Sunday. You know what I mean? Like so I hang out with Corey. So like if somebody else was like getting an opportunity to go like hear him talk and hang out with him and that kind of stuff, then like I'd be taking somebody's spot, which like, what the hell? Why would I be there doing that? You know? So, I'm definitely going to be at the vendor room and stuff like that, and the auction. So I'm a little excited to hopefully get some rare plants and stuff like that I've been looking for that haven't been around. You know, that's going to be my thing. And I don't have anything I'm specifically looking for. I think I'm literally going to go like I normally go to an auction and be like, oh, I've got $80, right? Like here's my budget. I'm going to go look around and be like, oh my gosh, that's actually here. You know what I mean? Like, oh, whoa. I've never seen that one. All right, man. I gotta sneak that in the pile over there and then wait for that number to come up and outbid everybody. And just be like $80, and somebody be like 82, and be like, no. I came all the way down here.
Don't start with your whole pile.
I'd be like, I came all the way down here and got outbid. I'm gonna go home now. But luckily, y'all can't outbid me on my ice cream because I already got my ice cream.
Right. Ice cream's fantastic.
Ice cream's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I decided that if I see a Pistogramma borellii.
Borellii?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pick up a pair of those.
Cool.
But
there's a good chance those will be there.
I really would like them.
There's a good chance.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, if they don't have them there, then the Wet Spot does.
Oh, I know. Well, see, the Wet Spot apparently has a booth.
Well, you could.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "Hey, bring me a pair of these fish. I'm going to be, air quote, looking for." AKA just walking over there and being like, "Do you have that pair of fish for Alyssa that I ordered?"
I've been like, should I just email the Wet Spot? Be like, I know you're gonna be up here.
Yeah, you might. I mean,
I don't even know if they're gonna have. I don't know what the event. I don't know all the details of the event. I just know it's gonna be a good time, and I'm gonna learn things that I didn't know before.
Hey, we need you to talk into the mic. Hey, man, we need you to talk into your microphone.
I just want to like.
You can pick it up.
If it,
we have enough cord, but I moved all this crap. I broke my computer again.
Yeah. There's like bio rings on top of the cord.
There's bio rings on the cord. It's pretty smooth. I broke my computer again today, you guys, so we barely got this show off. The skin of my teeth. This morning, rings. So this morning, like, long story short, here, let me long story short, I basically broke the new computer all day today. It was broken all day. It's sort of fixed right now. And so what I did this morning is that I needed a new hard drive because I was running out of space on the hard drive that I normally edit from. And anybody out there that knows what a solid state drive is, so here's a terabyte solid state drive. They've come down in price. This was basically my birthday present to me, that I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a bigger hard drive so it's a little easier for me to edit and offload stuff and move things around just for my workflow. And so I did that. It came in the mail yesterday, and this morning it was like, the babysitter guy here. I came in here, I tore the part out, I put the new hard drive in, I put it back together, and went to turn the computer on, and it just boots into the BIOS. That's all it does. And I basically just pounded my head against the wall all day, and I lost about 5 months worth of work down the drain. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to
be on today.
Recover it. Yeah, basically I texted Alyssa earlier. It was just like, yeah, no, this thing is broken, and it's effed up, bro. So I don't think no. But then as a stroke of luck, I basically just forced this computer to start working again, and I lost all that data, so I lost a lot of videos and stuff I was working on, which is really frustrating. But you know, when it's gone, and you just got to keep moving on and do what you got to do. So luckily, I have some stuff on, you know, SD cards and stuff like that, and I could start over. But that's a bit of a frustrating thing. But you know, it's just kind of reality. You know, it's just reality. But sorry about the sidebar there. But the AGA is the Aquatic Gardeners Association convention, and I don't know that much. I've never been to it myself. I just have the basic gist of what's going to be going on and stuff. But there's
I've
a
never
bunch
been
of
to
events.
a fish convention, so
There's a bunch of events. Like one of them's like Thursday, I think. People are going up. They're going up to the
Amazon spheres.
Amazon spheres to be able to tour around in there. Just gives you an idea if you have a $100 billion company, like what kind of crap you can build, you know, which is impressive. Of which I don't think I even want to go check that out, because I'll probably just end up feeling depressed about myself with like trying to build this maker space that I'm building and just be like,
but then
I need to build $100 billion company first, and then I'll make big spheres in the middle of a city. Put plants in it. Right?
But then I think about it, and it's like, I think it's a freshwater big bunch of tanks that they have that are planted, and I'm starting to wonder now, is it an Amazon biotope? Because that would be super dope, like the Amazon spheres with an Amazon biotope in it.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I think that's pretty much what it is.
It'd be like,
from all the walkthroughs,
it would be so meta, y'all.
Yeah. So like Tom Barr is the guy who designed all those.
Oh, really?
The tanks and stuff like that, and he helped Steve Waldron get them done. And Steve Waldron's the guy that does the maintenance now. So basically, I talked to Tom in person. We just talked about the whole setup and all that stuff with Tom, and messed around with his tanks when I was down at his house in California. And I was like, okay, maybe I don't really need to go to the Amazon to actually see. You know, like I don't need to go to Amazon.com to actually go see like what it was that Tom made. Like, yeah, I'd love to see him at some point in time, but I don't know. I don't know if there's ever going to be a time where I could just quietly go there. You know what I mean? And just be like,
yeah, you have to get a tour.
Like it's going to be a tour. It's going to be chaotic. I don't know. So it might not be for me, but
I know that for
but it's sold out.
GSAS people, we were encouraged to not sign up for that tour in order to allow people from out of town to go and do it, because we can maybe organize something for the club.
Yeah, and it's sold out, so I'm like, I'm not discouraging anybody from going. I'm just saying, like, I would probably feel uncomfortable at that personally. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, just taking somebody's.
I don't think I have agoraphobia or anything like that. I don't have a fear of large crowds or large open areas or anything like that. But
that's good.
I just don't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some people are like, I don't like beets, and I'm like, I love beets. Right?
I like pickled beets.
And some people are like, I love going to Lollapalooza, and I'm like, ugh, no, I don't want to. Like the music's bad. Like the music quality is bad. It's all open air. It's all terrible. Like the sound is awful. You know?
Well, it's like
like somebody like threw their garbage on the ground, and I have to like walk through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like how I dragged my boyfriend to the Gorge 2 summers ago for the Tool concert, because they're my favorite band.
The Gorge is
cool.
cool.
If you want, you can hate me with
the Gorge. Is all right. The Gorge, I could get going to the Gorge. It's a big crowd of nonsense. Yes, I see where you're going there.
But the Gorge hated it like so much.
The Gorge is like crazy wine country, though. At the very least, like
was if you beautiful.
If you were at a big
sound was horrible.
Like if you're at a big concert at the Gorge and you were like, I gotta get out of here. This is terrible. Yeah. You could hop in your car and drive like 5 miles and be like, oh, I'm at a vineyard. Oh, that's overlooking the sunset going over. You know, I mean, you could just so that's the upside of that.
And we didn't camp.
Whereas if you're in downtown Seattle where the spheres are, I'm like, oh, I got to get out of here. I'm tired of people. And you walk out the door and there's just a million people and traffic everywhere and stuff. You're like, oh, God.
You're like, ridiculous. Oh, man, I want to go to Pike Place Market. And you can't move because there's too many people. Anyway.
You can't go to Pike Place Market. It's not good. Spadoinkle says it's sold out. Yes. The event stuff is sold out. So the vendor room and all that.
Oh, Vicky's on her way home.
The vendor room and all that is just like a big vendor room, and I don't think you even have to pay admission to get into the vendor area.
No, it's free, apparently.
So it's apparently
according to Bentley.
Yeah, it's free to come in to the vendor area and stuff like that.
So if it's not free, it's Bentley's fault.
Like, I don't know how many booths are going to be set up and all that. Like, but I think it's just going to be a lot like a fish convention, with all the booths and vendors and all that kind of stuff, and it's just free to get in. So that's the upside. Because I almost feel like if you go to like a fish convention, like if you go to Macna, right? Like all they're doing is selling you stuff.
Yeah.
Like all the booths there are from vendors, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, hey, they brought a cool fish tank with them, or oh, they've got this, or they got that, da, da, da. But it's literally just like vendors put it on, and you get charged to get in. Like you have to buy a ticket. So I think that's kind of the upside for the AGA. Like maybe the event parts are all sold out, but you don't get charged to go in to the vendor part, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So
actually,
that's cool.
It's like a nice, decent plus.
Yeah, because like
hair on me.
I don't know. Like I almost felt I almost feel weird. Like if I go to a vendors convention, like and have to pay to get in there. You know what I mean? Like what? Like
I have to pay money to go in and it's like Costco.
I just like have to pay so that you can advertise to me. Like what is this? Well, Costco at least gives you a dividend. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. I got
Wait, you have a Costco through your business.
Well,
you get
I
that
just
dividend check at the end of the year. You get that dividend check at the end of the year, and then it's ice cream country.
Yeah. Well,
you get that free ice cream check at the end of the year, right? You're like,
dude, at the end of the year when I go in, they're like, hey, you spend a lot of money.
I forget your boyfriend's name.
Justin.
Justin, yeah. I was not going to say Justin, so I'm glad I asked. But then you'd be like, Justin, we got this Costco dividend check. We're blowing it on ice cream. Let's go. And I'd be like, I respect that.
And he'd be like, oh, so long, abs.
That's a good couple's date. That's a good couple's date. What are we doing? We're blowing a dividend check on ice creams at Costco's. So you know it's going to be the big containers. You know what's funny is like my dad, when I was a kid growing up. So have you ever heard of the Schwan Man? You know the Schwans?
Yeah.
Yeah? You've heard of the Schwans?
My grandma used to get it delivered.
Yeah. So my dad was good friends with the local Schwan Man. So we had a separate freezer like out in the garage. But it was like one of those big stand-up ones that was just a big freezer.
Yeah.
And it was full of those like 5-gallon Schwan Man tubs of ice cream. Dang. Yeah, you could literally be like, what kind would I like today? And you could like go out to my dad's freezer and steal some of his ice cream. I don't know if it was stealing if I was doing it because I was and am his son, right? So I was part of the family. So maybe it wasn't stealing, but maybe it was.
I think it's like if I was to steal some of my mom's Haagen-Dazs, I would get slapped.
Well, you can't do that with the Haagen-Dazs because they're like individually wrapped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody's like, I had 6, and now there's 1.
Right. Well, it would be like, there's an extra spoonful taken out of it.
Yeah, whereas those 5-gallon tubs, you wouldn't ever really know that I was in there eating it with a spoon. You know, this is a little guy. Little guys do that.
I'm just imagining you absconding with the whole 5-gallon tub, running out to the woods with it and just eating.
Somebody may or may not have done that in my time. I don't know. I might have done that. I might do that now.
Ooh.
I might be more inclined to do that now. Get a 5-gallon tub and run away into the woods and eat ice cream. Yeah. Hide out in the woods and eat a bunch of ice cream. Cheshire Cast says, I've had luck using test disk. Used it to repair enough sectors on one drive to get the system running again and to recover lots of stuff I thought I had lost on a dead drive. Yeah, to be honest with you guys, like I have no idea what's gone down with this computer right now because the boot drive seems to not have the operating system on it anymore. It seems to be on another drive, but it's clear that the other drive that has the operating system on it was actually just the kerneled version that I had from before. So the other computer I had that blew up, that actually the CPU fried, and it just wasn't going to be worthwhile to like rebuild that computer. Which happens, you know, CPUs, they break sometimes. they so that hard drive, I took that hard drive out of the old computer and I put it in there, and then just locked the operating system so that it would boot from the new one. And the new one is the one that seems to just have gone corrupt now for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I think it's just because all of the SSD drives all operate through the same. Whoa! Hey man, are you dead, man? Did you die?
No, I just exploded a little bit.
Oh my god! Oh, that's pretty good.
Hey, at least I did it away from the microphone.
Yeah, yeah, that's rough. Nice work. Excuse
Oh
me.
dear. Okay.
Excuse me. I'm about to die.
That's okay. At least Fishbowl says that your beard is rocking.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
And somehow I got this zoomed in all super big. There we go. All right. Well, since we got sidebarred there,
Should probably get back
I
to
gotta do my link thing here. Oh no! Oh, here we go. Where did it go? It's in here somewhere. There we go. Generate. So I'm gonna make a little link here, and then I'll post it into the chat, and you guys can click on it. So we were talking about the AGA, right? And we mentioned that I was going to be at the Aquarium Co-op booth. Here's a link right there. It takes you to the live plants over at Aquarium Co-op. We've been working on a bunch of stuff there. Corey's been bringing the prices way down. So go over there, check it out, and take a look at some of the plant prices and stuff, because he's definitely been driving those prices down. So if you guys are looking to get something plant-wise, blah, 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 that's the little whatever that was, since you killed us with your exploding sneeze action. But what plant... Was there any plant that you were hoping to get? Or are you just at the point like me right now where you're like, I don't know, I'm just going to see something that's dope and I'm going to try and get it?
I feel like if I get my heart set on some specific plant, that it'll
win?
either not be
win
there,
an award?
or I'll like get into a bidding war with somebody and then win it, because I'll just blow all my money, right? And then take it home and somehow kill it, and, and then I'll be super sad. And so at that point I'm like, if I get some rare plant or whatever that I think I might kill, should I just be like, Bentley, I need you to fucking grow this for me? And
and then you'll pull it off.
And then I'll be like, hey, look at this plant that I grew.
Well, see, if you start pulling those shenanigans, then people will actually think that you're in a relationship together. That's your wife, Bentley.
Apparently his girlfriend referred to me as his fish wife after that incident.
Are you the fish wife? Oh, yeah. Oh, that actually makes sense. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
J. Gallegos, 40-gallon breeder with platies. What else should I add?
Something to eat the babies.
Something to eat the babies? Not a Shodentai puffer, because they will apparently eat everything.
No. Apistogramma cockatoides has a pretty big mouth and can eat the babies. Like, breed them until you have as many as you want in there, and then get like an apisto or a smaller angel like a scalare or a leopoldi, or something like that, which will just sit there and eat your babies, or what is it, betta, what is the one of the mouth brooding bettas with a big mouth can
like
eat
a Macmasteri or something?
Yeah.
Like
what were those ones that were like $250 at the co-op? Those are like the strawberry betas or something.
I think the Macmasteri were like $250. I think strawberry betas were only like $40, something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Alba
I don't know anything about.
I think.
I don't know anything about fish pricing at the Aquarium Co-op, because
I go there and I browse.
I don't do any of the retail side, and that's where all the fish is.
Yeah.
I only work over in the warehouse side, just building the plant maintenance equipment and maintaining all the auto dosers and water changes and all that kind of stuff. That's the main thing I do there, and then I fix all the stuff that gets broken. while I'm doing that. Because as you guys know, like when you're running water tests, you like get your water test, get them shaken up, then you got to let them sit for like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, what am I going to do for 8 minutes? Oh, I'll go fix that old light switch over there that like somebody bumped into and broke off the wall or something, you know, which happens all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Totally.
legit.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people run into things and they get broken. And then it's like, oh, I got to fix that. By the way, perfect pronunciation of my last name. People always struggle with it. What's up now? I got it right.
Cool.
Jay Gallegos.
Oh, yeah.
What's up now?
Oh, probably people say Gallegos or something.
Gallegos?
Yeah. They're all like, oh, I
That's
want
like
some
when people say Chola.
tortillas.
It's like when people say Chola wood. You're like, it's Choya. Those two L's there. It's an AA. It's called an AA.
Like, take
it's
1 year of Spanish.
Yeah. Come on now. I don't know. I feel like everybody that lives in the United States should speak Spanish.
Or just take at least 2 years of Spanish in high school.
I'm just saying that, like, I feel
know,
like everybody
a couple words.
I feel like everybody should in the United States should at least like have a basic understanding of Spanish. Like maybe you don't have to speak it fluently or anything like that, but you know.
Yeah, that's why I took 6 years of Spanish. Does not make me fluent, but it does give me enough ability to tell people who are trying to talk to me in Spanish that I don't know that much
Speaking
Spanish.
of the AGA, Barbara Jackson just popped into the chat.
Oh, is she going?
She is going.
Oh, nice.
She got her tickets, and she's bringing a friend of hers. It's going to be like a ladies' weekend good time.
Awesome.
I'm super excited to meet Barbara. I'm very excited.
Barbara,
you
you have
guys,
like a fish
I
friend?
know that,
Because
like,
that's awesome.
a bunch of people got kind of sad at me. Like, I don't think they got mad, but I think they got kind of sad at me that I was like, I don't think I'm really going to be going to the conventions anymore and stuff because just how much it costs. And I just, you know, I've explained myself too many times, but, and I get it. The thing that I'm missing out on is being able to get to meet, like, fans and stuff like that. So, you know,
Yeah.
I get it, you know, and I'm sorry, but it's
Technically,
a good you know.
it would be like if you had a bunch of
It would
people in one area, like if there was 30 people in Chicago who all wanted to meet you or something like that, and they were like, man, okay, so we could either fly out to Tacoma or we could pool our monies together and get them out here. That would technically be cheaper.
That's a possibility, like, with some of, like, the fish clubs out there and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to some people that they're like, yeah, we want you to come out to wherever.
Do like a quick Upper Midwest tour.
Yeah, like, I think I want to try to go back to Minnesota at some point in time this year. Like, I got something in my throat. I might die.
Yeah, at least you didn't explode.
I kind of did. I was just, like, coughing or something.
Eh.
So I think that I'm going to try to do Florida this year and try to do Minnesota again. I think that's kind of the two that seem to be on my list. But we'll see what works out, you know what I mean? But yeah, it just kind of makes me sad that I'm not going to be going to those conventions. But just for those reasons that, like, you know, I'm so happy that, like, Barbara's coming here because I get to hang out with Barbara, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, you know, you're in my neck of the woods. Check out this gimbal. It's like a Tyrannosaurus gimbal. Let's see. So where are we at right here? I don't know. Did we talk about what we wanted to talk about today?
I mean, unless we wanted to talk about.
I don't know. I feel like it got totally sidebarred with, like, the computer blowing up and everything just being nonsense. And that was my goal to have the new studio done by the time today came around, but it's not done. So, you know, that too.
I kind of want to see it.
What's that?
I said I kind of want to see it.
Oh, yeah, we'll go check that out.
Cool.
All right, well, thank you, everybody, for coming out today. We got to go. And, yeah, because, yeah, I don't know. Love you guys. And we'll see you on the other side. Thanks for coming out today, Alyssa.
See you on the other side.
On the other side. Are you sure you want to log out, exit? How many times is CJ going to move these buttons around?